Hello everybody, HaFast Garage here. As you can see, I've got the car loaded on the trailer. I'm ready to head out to Blind River today. It's Friday, July 11th. The derby's tonight at 6:30 p.m. So I'm just going to give you guys a walk around, an overview of the build. This is a 2005 Pontiac Sunfire, the 2.2 Ecotec 5-speed manual. This car's in really good shape, rust-wise, for a Canadian car. Very little rust. This is going to be participating in a bone stock compact type class. There's very limited modifications that can be done, but there are some exceptions. There are some things you can do. There's no bumper welding, nothing like that. No extra reinforcements in most areas. So up front, let's start with the bumper. Bumper swaps are allowed to some degree, but they must remain stock to the year and make of the car. So all I did here was swap the rear bumper to the front. These cars are known to fold better in the rear with the bumper removed, so I figured that was the best option. And up here on the hood, you can see I've bypassed the radiator. This is a looped setup. This is just an Amazon water filler. I'll send a link in the description where you can get that. I think it was like only $10. So basically the heater core is going to be doing the heavy lifting for the cooling system, and should keep the car cool. It's not running high RPMs or too fast. We built a custom header coming out the hood. Try and get a better picture of that at the derby. The tires are 1980s snow tires, mud snow. They're doubled. I don't remember what size I have inside, but they were a really nice fit. No tubes in them. You can see I've welded washers. There's actually 1/2 inch of up travel on the shock, so probably about 1 inch at the wheel. Just keeps the front end of the car a little bit higher, better for doing hits. In here I've got, these are just lift blocks out of a Chevy truck. I welded in here for strut blocks. This just prevents the strut from knocking in the wheel when it gets hit from the side. The brake lines have been moved and relocated out of the way. First time trying this trick here actually as well. I had heard that putting spacers behind the wheel bearing in front of the axle will help from pulling it out of the diff. So as you can see here, there's very little threads exposed on the axle nut. So we'll see how this works out. Now the other thing with this car here is the K-frame on the front is known to pull apart. So everybody had advised to chain it or to wire it, put a metal plate. So that's what I've done. I've got a chain going across. We'll see if they allow that or not. The motor mounts have been chained also. I've got a belt to bypass the air compressor so I can run just the alternator if needed, if I blow the belt. Moving on to the dash area. Got this roll bar this year. This is just an old piece of exercise equipment. Cookie sheet for my number plate. Same old light switch for the fuel pump on off switch. And I went ahead and built a switch panel this year. I've actually got a standalone start button, a fan switch, and this is a voltage reading, just so I know if the alternator is running or not. Built a battery box here down on the floor, just again, you know, Chevy truck battery tray. I've got bolts welded to the bottom going through the floor. It's solid, it's not going anywhere. I prefer to leave the passenger seat in the car just to give the floor more strength and stuff. So what I do is I like to remove the seat back. Gives you a bit extra room for your bar and stuff. Got the fire extinguisher mounted there as per the regulations within driver reach. Got a seatbelt wrapped around it, everything's secure. The post-to-post bar is just a jack post for a basement. That's one of the best things to do. It's collapsible, you can reuse it time and time again. Got a bolt here to keep it from collapsing on me, and it's welded and bolted. The tank, it's got a cradle on the post bar. I chose to do this so that it's not on the floor getting crumpled. I mean, maybe unlikely, but I'd rather have every precaution necessary on this type of car. Moving on to the back, the trunk. We tucked the trunk in on the car, so the factory lip that would latch here is actually folded 90 degrees. I don't know if you can see any of that. The trunk has been folded in, wired in place, and again, we removed the rear bumper. This is to help the car roll up this way. Now the rear brakes, this is the first time I've done this, but I actually went ahead and removed the drums. I left the backing plates just because I was lazy, but this should make it so the wheel can get bent without locking up the wheels, keeping them turning freely. Donuts on the rear, driver's side door reinforced 1/4 inch plate, and seat belted and wired shut. And the other thing I did on this car also with the brakes up front, I read this, actually saw it on a video, YouTube video. This brake line is actually going into the front of the master cylinder, and the passenger brake line is actually going into the rear of the master cylinder. So they're basically independent reservoirs in some ways. So that should allow me to have brakes at all times, if not always. Now this car is a manual. I didn't have any luck with my manual car last year. I broke my shift linkage. This one looks to be a little bit more robust, but we are going to have a look and make sure that we know where reverse is on the transmission, so we can at least jam it in gear if something does happen. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Bone stock, slightly modified. Very little that can be done with this car. We'll see how it does tonight in Blind River. If you like the video, please give it a like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.